Yo guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a match preview of Chelsea versus Burnley. Let's get into it. Yo guys, so on Sunday the 31st of January at 12 PM, Chelsea play Burnley at Stamford Bridge, and it's Thomas Tuchel's second game in charge of Chelsea, but it's technically his first one where we can actually judge him. On Tuesday when we played Wolves, it was his second day in charge. He had only had 1 hour of training beforehand, and he just went out with an experienced lineup. Although he did think outside the box and play a 3-back formation with almost 2 number 6s and 2 number 10s, and Callum Hudson-Odoi as a right wing back. So Burnley themselves have been on a great run of form. They beat Liverpool. If you don't know, they broke not a record, but they stopped the streak of their, is it like 68 games won in, or 68 undefeated games at Anfield for the past like 3 years or something. And Burnley went over there, won it with a quite late on penalty through, I think it was Ashley Barnes. It might not have been, but I think it was. And then they also beat Aston Villa 3-2. While Chelsea were held to I wouldn't say boring, but a lackluster 0-0 draw to Wolves. So they've won 2 of their last 2 games, and they're looking more and more unlikely to be risking the drop going down to the Championship, despite a tough start to the season. And obviously Liverpool, they're the reigning champions. They also won the Champions League of 2 years ago, and Aston Villa, they have one of the best defensive records this season. So winning those 2 games are 2 important games that I don't think Chelsea have done. Actually, did we beat Villa? I can't remember. No, we drew 1-1, didn't we? Yeah, El Ghazi, I remember now. Anyway, going on to injury list and suspensions. For Burnley, they are just missing out on Josh Brownhill, but Ashley Barnes should be back in contention for them. As for Chelsea, N'Golo Kante actually trained on Wednesday the 28th. No, it was Thursday the 28th, for the first time in a few weeks after I think it was his hamstring, or it might have been his groin or something, against Manchester City when they smashed us 3-0. So yeah, he should be back in contention, and hopefully he can play a major role under Thomas Tuchel for the remainder of the season. It's been announced or released that Thomas Tuchel was really trying to sign N'Golo Kante for PSG for a number of years, but never got his man, and now he comes to Chelsea and he's already there for him. That is the only injury, and it's not even an injury, it's N'Golo Kante coming back. So Thomas Tuchel should be able to pick his starting lineup from a full Chelsea FC squad. Now going on to the lineups, we're going for a 4-2-3-1. I said this in a few videos ago. It was one of the transfer news videos, I think, on Erling Haaland. But yeah, we're going for a 4-2-3-1. I do believe that Thomas Tuchel, in his second game against Burnley, he will go for a 4-2-3-1. He obviously went with the 3-4-2-1 pretty much against Wolves. It kind of worked. Chelsea just home possession. I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if Tuchel does go with another 3-back formation, but I just think he said that he's not looking to play a 3-back formation as his future formation. It's not going to be his go-to formation. And at PSG, I think that he played a 4-3-3 that Lampard was doing, or a 4-2-3-1 more often, or even a 4-2-2-2 sometimes. And I do believe that he'll play a 4-2-3-1 purely because N'Golo Kante has come back from injury, and everyone knows he's better in a 2 midfield formation. So starting in goal, I've gone with Edouard Mendy. Yet again, he's been so much better than Kepa. He's had a few mistakes recently. I remember he just took out Dominic Calvert-Lewin for the Everton loss. That was the only goal of the game. He could have done better for the Patrick Bamford goal against Leeds, but he's a massive upgrade on Kepa, and he's almost definitely going to be the #1 starting keeper throughout the rest of the season under Thomas Tuchel. At right back, I've gone with Reece James. Or have I? Who have I gone with? Should probably know this. Oh yeah, I went for Reece James. Basically, just because as Piliqueta, He was good against Wolves, I guess. He's a good option as in a 3-back formation, as when he's playing right centre back, he's really good at defending, but he does also allow that option to just sneak forward and put in a really early cross, like on the halfway line, to just a different angle for the cross for whoever's in the middle, be it Olivier Giroud or Tammy Abraham or even Timo Werner, to try and latch onto it. But I do think Reece James will start, just because I guess Tuchel would have understood that he's been Chelsea's first choice right back recently, and throughout the start of the season really, just because of his threat going forwards and his perfect crosses. I'm sure he would have seen that in training. So yeah, I've gone with Reece James at right back. Now onto the centre backs. I've gone with Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma. The partnership that we saw so much throughout the start of the season. Chelsea were doing amazing at first after like 9 games with this defensive partnership. And although Thomas Tuchel does seem to like Antonio Rudiger for some reason, do not ask me. I do not rate Antonio Rudiger. Kurt Zouma's been our best defender this season. I just don't like Rudiger, but I don't hate him, so don't give him any hate, because it was not his fault that Lampard got sacked. I just think that Thomas Tuchel, he announced he said that he was going through like footage of past Chelsea games. He said that he was very impressed by Mason Mount's energy and what he does for Chelsea this season, and said no wonder he's been our best player of the season so far. So he must have seen that Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma were doing so well next to each other in a 4 at the back formation. So that's why I've gone with Silva and Zouma. A left back, it's a bit of an obvious one, Ben Chilwell yet again. Emerson's not going to get in the first team for a Premier League game anytime soon. Marcos Alonso, you never know, Thomas Tuchel might reignite his career. He's getting a bit older, with Barcelona also interested. I don't know why. Why would Barcelona want Marcos Alonso? Ben Chilwell obviously started against Wolves. He played against Wolves. I think he came off for Christian Pulisic in like the 70th minute. Christian Pulisic went right wing back, Hudson-Odoi went left wing back, and with Hudson-Odoi cutting in from the left, it was very exciting. I think he's best on the left hand side. Pulisic has kind of proved that he's probably better on the left hand side and reserved the left hand side as his channel. But with Tuchel coming in, Hudson-Odoi has a lot to prove himself, and Christian Pulisic will need to do as much as he can to hold on to that left hand side. Now into the midfield, like I said, a 4-2-3-1. This is exciting. I can't wait to see this midfield. I've gone with N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic. N'Golo Kante is a lot better in a 2 midfield formation, as he can sweep up behind the 8 next to him. I guess it's a 6 and an 8. Kante can sweep up behind the 8. The 8 can go forwards a bit further, and that's where he played next to Danny Drinkwater during Leicester's wonder season when they won the Premier League. Chelsea did also buy Danny Drinkwater to try and replicate their midfield, but he just fell off a cliff. I don't know what's happened to Danny Drinkwater. He's at Kasımpaşa now, over in Turkey on loan for the remainder of the season, but I don't know why he is just not good anymore. However, I do think Kovacic could do a good job filling in next to Kante, and I think Kovacic is also probably better in a 2 midfield formation. Jorginho is probably better in a 3. Mount's probably better in a 3. I don't think Mason Mount could play as deep as this. Maybe at a stretch in like a number 8 next to the 6, but I think he's probably better going forwards, and we'll see who I've got in the number 10 role in this formation. Okay, so we're not going to go into the number 10 just yet. At right wing, I've gone with Callum Hudson-Odoi. He had a great performance going down the right hand side against Wolves. He gave Ait Nouri something to go home and have a nightmare about. He was running at him, getting past him so often, and he was such a threat, and no wonder he got man the match. I have put Christian Pulisic at left wing for this game, just purely because Hudson-Odoi played so well on the right hand side, and when he went onto left he didn't do as much, but we all know that they're both probably suited to the left hand side more. But I've gone with Pulisic on the left, Hudson-Odoi on the right, and in the number 10 I've gone with Mason Mount. Now this could be Mason Mount, it could be Kai Havertz, it could be Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech and Kai Havertz were quite quiet during the Wolves game. They didn't do too much. That's the only reason I've gone with Mount here. And I think Tuchel would have recognised how important Mount is for this team and how much energy he has in the midfield going forwards, but he's also not afraid to come back in and defend. If we're holding on to a 1-0 lead or 1 goal lead, he's not gonna just stay forwards and hope for the ball to come to him. He's gonna come back, do the dirty work, and it could almost turn out as Kovacic and Kante in like number 6 roles, and then Mount as a number 8 centrally. Now up front, this is a very controversial decision, but I've gone with none other than the German himself, Timo Werner. Thomas Tuchel was brought in to kind of, like I said, reignite Timo Werner's potential, his form that he had over in Germany, and so was the same for Kai Havertz. And I thought Roman Abramovich, Big Daddy Roman Abramovich, was just bringing a German coach in so that he could, I guess, communicate more naturally to the German players. But my bad, what I didn't realise is that in Germany they all play a similar style of football, and Thomas Tuchel is obviously German. He plays a similar style of football as Julian Nagelsmann did and does for RB Leipzig so well. That's why I think they're second now. They were top for a while. I think Bayern Munich have got back on form now. But yeah, I've gone with Timo Werner up top purely because he didn't feature at all during the Wolves game, and that surprised me. I thought he'd at least come off the bench, if not start, but he went with the experience. He went with the experience with Oli Giroud, and then he brought Tammy Abraham on instead of Timo Werner, which is very controversial. But I've gone with Timo starting up front against Burnley. Burnley do put every single man pretty much behind the ball, and Timo Werner's penetrating runs might just lead to a breakthrough and find the final most important and significant pass. That is my starting lineup, as you can see here. Comment down below your thoughts. Do you think Timo Werner will play up front? Who do you think will play in the number 10 role? And who do you think will play at centre back? Will it be Rudiger or Zuma? I think Thiago Silva is safe because Tuchel knows how good Thiago Silva is from his PSG days. That is all for today. Thank you very much for watching this match preview. Make sure you check out my match review after the game. I'll be doing them for most games, I think. Starting off, well, not starting off, I did one for the Wolves game, but definitely one for this Burnley game. Hopefully one for the Spurs game as well. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Oh yeah, one note, I will be posting out the official lineup as soon as it gets announced. So you can come and subscribe, and then you'll get notified when I post out the official lineups.